friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chesswise. The purpose of the channel is to make content so that it's easier to prepare kids and train them accordingly. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Actually, it's the same topic part 2 of the same topic. So applying the concepts of attacks and supports. Last time we saw it was for attacking near the king. Today it is for gaining material. Okay, so let's see what it is. So we look at this position, first position. Here we see that white pieces are not able to attack near the king. No piece attacks near the king. Okay, so we first have a look at the rook. Rook is attacking the knight. Okay, and bishop is attacking the knight. This rook attacks nothing. This knight is also attacking nothing. Now immediately we should see who is supporting the knight. The knight is supported by a knight here. None of the rooks are protecting the knight. Overall the material is equal. Okay, but white sees that there are two attacks on this knight and there is only one support. So now white has choice of capturing the knight in two ways. Either he can take with the rook or with the bishop. We discussed when a piece is protected or square is protected and the protector is only the king, we capture with the bigger piece first. But if it is not protected by king, that time we will take with the smaller piece first. So bishop takes first, bishop takes the knight, knight takes the bishop, and then finally the rook takes the knight. So what has happened here is black has now lost both his knights and white has only lost the bishop. So white has become a piece up. So this position is called piece up. Extra piece is there. So this is winning for white. Soon I will be doing a lesson especially on symbols. We write how to write these positions. Okay, white is winning. There is a symbol for white is winning. Okay, now let's have a look. For instance, if white would have taken with the rook first. So suppose white would have taken with the rook first, then knight takes the rook and then bishop takes the knight. Now we can see the advantage is lesser. Okay, the advantage is less because knight and bishop are there here for a rook. So rook and rook are adjusted and bishop and knight for rook. So here the advantage is lesser. One piece extra is more than bishop and knight for rook. Okay, that's about this position. Let's go to the next position. So here we have the second position. Okay, let's see what is happening here. So at first we see the queen is attacking the knight and queen is attacking the pawn. Okay, then let's look at the rook. Rook is also attacking the knight and we see that on this knight there are two attacks, queen and rook. So we will have to check supports here. Now the pawn is supporting the knight. Okay. Now when the queen is attacking this pawn, the pawn is supported by the queen here. Okay. So what we can see here, both the attackers are bigger in value than the knight, and knight has only one support. But it is not right to capture the knight now because as we know, if we take the knight with the queen, we will lose the queen for this knight and pawn. So queen is far more powerful than knight and a pawn. So we can't do that. And let's take the second case. See, attacks are more than supports, but still we cannot capture. Now rook takes the knight, pawn takes the rook. Okay, and now even if we get queen into pawn, we see that here also materially white has given up his rook for knight and pawn, which is not fully worth it. Okay, so white has given up little more than what he has got. So here even though the attacks are more, it doesn't work. Let's go to the next position. So this is the third position. This is just to show you here. Again, it's a similar position. See, look at the queen. Queen is attacking two places. Queen is attacking this pawn and queen is also attacking the b7 pawn. b7 pawn is very well protected by king and queen. So we don't have any more attacks there. Queen and rook. See, rook is joining the queen in the attack on the f7 pawn. So there are actually two attacks on f7, but the support is there from a smaller piece, that is the bishop. And here another problem is the piece which is attacking the queen is the bigger piece which is ahead. So if the queen takes the pawn, then bishop takes the queen, and at the end we will lose the queen for bishop and pawn, so which will not do. So this was a small example to show you that even if more attacks are there, if the bigger piece is ahead, we won't be able to capture. Okay, let's go to next position. So this is the next position here. Again we start by seeing the attacks. So rook is attacking the pawn. Okay. After the rook we see the bishop. Bishop is also attacking the pawn, and we see the knight, which is again attacking the pawn. So there are 3 attacks on the pawn. Okay. And let's count the supports now immediately. This rook is unable to support the pawn. F6 knight is supporting the pawn, and B6 knight is supporting the pawn. Now we have to see who has to capture the pawn first. 3 attacks, 2 supports. So attacks are more than supports. So obviously rook cannot take first, because if rook takes the pawn, then knight will take it. Okay, then we will get the knight again back here. He will take it again, and at the end the bishop will take the knight. So what will be left on the board is bishop versus rook position. So rook is more powerful than the bishop. Okay, I will tell you the reason. The rook is able to move on both the colors, and bishop is able to control just one color. For the time being, that is enough. We will see all this in more detail later on. So now what black has to do is, so what white has to do now is he should take with one of the minor pieces. Bishop and knight are called minor pieces. So one of the bishop or the knight has to take. Now the question is who has to take first. So general rule is bishop is supposed to be slightly better than the knight, and it depends on what we want at the end. So we first take with the knight here. Okay, knight takes, then black can take with the knight here. Okay, again rook cannot take because rook will be taken. So bishop takes the knight. See, it's a check, and bishop attacks the pawn. So if he doesn't want to lose the pawn, he has to take with the knight. So now rook takes the knight, and now what we see here is that this bishop and the knight are exchanged for these 2 knights, and the pawn which was here is taken by white. So white has become a pawn up here. Okay. So this position white can convert and he can win the game. Okay. So counting of attack and support is very important. Okay. Let's go to the next position. Okay. So this is the next position. Let's have a look here. So now what we see, the pawns are attacking each other. Okay. So let's again start with counting. Pawn attacks the pawn. Okay. The rook attacks the pawn. Okay, and we see this bishop which is also attacking through the pawn. Here we can say the bishop and pawn are moving in the same direction. So the piece moving in the same direction, even it is behind, we know that it is able to attack. So bishop is able to attack along the diagonal. So there are 3 attacks on the pawn. Let's count the supports. So there is one pawn which is supporting here, and the knight which is supporting here. Both rooks are not supporting. Again a case where attacks are 3 and supports are just 2. Now it's very clear. I want you to guess. You can pause the video and try to guess. It's very easy. White of course cannot take with the rook, because rook takes, then pawn will capture the rook. So white takes with the pawn first. Okay. Now in the game black could have taken with pawn or knight. Both are of same importance. But suppose black takes with the knight, then bishop takes the knight. Now again rook cannot take. Bishop takes the knight, pawn takes the bishop, and then rook finally takes the pawn. So white has won a pawn here again. So this is the next position now. So here we see that knight attacks the bishop, rook attacks the bishop. 2 attacks are there on the bishop, and also we can see the rook is supporting the bishop and pawn is supporting the bishop. So there is no third way to attack the bishop here. So here what will happen is white will not gain any material. Okay. So 2 attacks, 2 supports. So what can happen here is after knight takes the bishop, of course we cannot take with rook. Pawn will take the rook. So for bishop we will get only a rook. So knight takes the bishop. Bishop and knight are that way equal in value, so we can take. Now black has choice. If he wants to exchange, he can take rook into the knight, and then rook takes the rook, and after pawn takes the rook, we can say that the position is roughly equal. Okay, this is one black can do. So when attacks are equal and supports are attack are equal, so it will be that the exchange will take place over there. If black wanted, he could have taken this knight with the pawn also. This also would have been an equal position. Okay, it depends on what black wants from the position, whether he wants to play with the rook or he wants to keep the rooks. Overall, the position will be roughly equal in both cases. Okay, let's go to next one. Okay, this is the position. Okay, so here we can see that there are more pieces for both, and we have to see attacks and supports. Let's start. So this rook is attacking the pawn. One attack. There is a rook behind it which is also supporting the rook in the attack. So two attacks. We can see the bishop attacking the pawn here, and also you must have noted this knight. So there are 4 attacks on the pawn. Okay, and supports also we have to count. We see that both rooks are supporting the pawn. This knight is supporting the pawn. So there are 3 supports and 4 attacks. So attackers are 4 and supports are 3. So attacks are more. So as I told you that bishop is supposed to be slightly better than the knight. So what we can do here is, first knight will capture the pawn. Now he won't take with the rook because bishop will take the bigger piece. So he will take with the knight. And as I told you, the side with extra material tries to exchange pieces. So instead of taking with the bishop, because black will not take the bishop, so white takes with the rook here. Then black recaptures with the rook. Again white wants to trade pieces. So white takes with the rook here. Now rook takes the rook. This is not absolutely necessary. So black took the rook here. And now we can see that white has an extra pawn. And as the pieces become lesser, winning with the extra pawn becomes easier. That is why side with the extra material wants exchange of pieces. We are going to learn all this when we see converting of positions. Okay, so this is about the attacks and supports here. Let's go to next one. Okay, so here we have the next position. Now we see that in this case the bigger piece is attacking the smaller one. So some time ago I showed you an example where the bigger piece was unable to capture the smaller piece. Okay, so there is one more point to be remembered here, that this bigger piece can capture the rook smaller piece or not. So let's see the attacks and supports first. So white has 2 attacks on this rook and black also has 2 supports. What we saw in that position, the piece that was supporting the smaller piece was also a smaller piece, but here the piece supporting the rook is queen. So what will happen if queen takes the rook first? Okay, now black cannot capture with any smaller piece. He has to take with the queen only, because king cannot take because of the rook. So here it will work. The bigger piece is taking, because the next move the bigger piece is compelled to recapture. So queen takes, rook takes the queen, and king takes the rook. So white wanted this exchange because he is having an extra pawn. He can win because of this extra pawn in this position. Okay, now in the next lesson we are going to see, that is, attack and supports on empty squares. Okay, so that's what it for today. Do subscribe, like and share the channel if you are enjoying, and do comment also. Thanks for your time.